I have noticed something about this 6-7 Chiefs team. The defense just isn't getting the stops like they used to. And it's really as simple as that. Let's go through each of their losses this season and compare it to what this defense has normally done under Steve Spagnuolo. Okay, we'll begin here. Week 1 in Brazil, the Chiefs are down 2 with about 5 minutes to go. They're going to get a stop, right? And then Patrick Mahomes is going to lead a field goal drive and they're going to win. Nope. Throw Quentin Johnston pretty wide open and the Chargers take a 9-point lead, essentially ending the game. But then after a Mahomes interception in the fourth quarter, the Chiefs defense allows the Eagles to go on a 10-play, slightly over 4-minute drive that ended with that Jalen Hurts tush push for a touchdown to make it a 10-point game in the fourth quarter. And we all remember what happened on that Monday Night Football game in Week 5. Patrick Mahomes did throw an interception at the goal line that was returned for a pick six, but Trevor Lawrence falls down twice and is still able to get into the end zone. Although that was on 1st and 1, so they probably would have scored anyway. But it gave the Jags a lead with 30 seconds to go in the game. So it was another instance in which the Chiefs defense just couldn't stop the opponent in crunch time. Now, when the Chiefs defense faced Josh Allen in Week 9, he had nearly a perfect day through the air and as a runner, 2 rushing scores. This one was right before the half, and this one was to give the Bills a 15-point lead near the end of the third quarter. Now, the Chiefs defense actually played pretty well against Bo Nix and Sean Payton's offense in Week 11, but they allowed an 11-play drive at the end of the game that led to that Will Lutz game-winning field goal. Oh, we're not done. On Thanksgiving against the Cowboys, a Patrick Mahomes to Marquise Brown touchdown gets the score within 3 points, but the Cowboys are able to drive right down the field, 7 plays, before 3 Dak Prescott kneel downs to win the game. And that ultimately sealed it right there, that completion for 13 yards to George Pickens. And of course, in Week 14 on Sunday Night Football, it's 10-10, and Dare Ogunbowale rushes this ball in. The fourth quarter was totally dominated by Houston. The Texans outscored the Chiefs 10-0 in that final quarter. Now, this is not to say that Patrick Mahomes and the Chiefs offense deserves no blame for the team's 6-7 record. He certainly has not played to the Patrick Mahomes and Andy Reid standards this season. There's no doubt about that. The main point I'm trying to make is, for the last 5 to 7 years, the Chiefs have gotten those stops. Like this colossal one in the AFC title game just a few years ago, a fumble caused by L'Jarius Sneed on Zay Flowers in the end zone. Or this one in last year's AFC title game against Josh Allen and the Bills on 4th down. And I just don't think we can overstate how vital those two guys, Steve Spagnuolo and Chris Jones, were to the Chiefs winning 3 Super Bowls in 5 years. So if we want to talk about the Chiefs' defensive struggles this season, and I think we do need to talk about that, it's justified, and it being a big reason why this team is 6-7 entering Week 15, we also have to acknowledge the impact that Steve Spagnuolo and the defensive players, of course, had on those Super Bowls. Now, of course, it's not really taking anything away from Patrick Mahomes and Andy Reid. They're Hall of Famers, first ballot. But in many of those key moments, Mahomes and Reid were kind of bailed out by big plays set forth by Steve Spagnuolo, Trent McDuffie, Chris Jones, Nick Bolton, L'Jarius Sneed, Justin Reid, so many of those players on the defensive side. And it's another reminder that the NFL, winning in the NFL, is so contingent not just upon how good your quarterback is, although he is certainly the guy that moves the needle the most, but it is a team effort. And in 3 of the last 5 years, the Chiefs have had an outstanding team. Just think about last year with Jalen Hurts and the Eagles. Great quarterback, great skill position players, great defense, great corners, great receivers, and they blew out the Chiefs in the Super Bowl. So yes, you can justifiably talk about the Chiefs' defensive struggles this season, but you also have to mention them just as frequently when discussing this team's 3 Super Bowls in 5 years.